Hi, 8th grade. Today we're going to be working on the first day of lesson 8-4. So this is day 1. We'll come back to it again next week. So we're starting on page 492 today, and we're going to be doing factoring of squares of binomials. So this is our first shortcut method. So instead of having to do FOIL, we have a formula that we can use as a nifty shortcut. Our homework today is going to be page 495, numbers 9 to 17, and our bell ringer is page 491, number 57. Don't forget your 3 sentences. Okay, let's take a look. So today we're going to be multiplying binomials with squares. Well, what do we mean by binomials with squares? So we're going to be looking specifically at 2 cases. We're going to be looking at binomials in the form a plus b squared, and we're also going to look at the form a minus b squared. Okay? Here's the thing, all right? What I could do is I could write one of these out the long way. So, for example, a plus b squared just equals a plus b times a plus b, right? That's what it means. It means that we're just taking whatever's in this binomial and we're multiplying it by itself, okay? I could write it out the long way, I could do FOIL, okay, and it would give me the same answer. However, there's actually a nifty-difty trick, a formula that will allow us to do this much quicker, okay? So let's take a look at the formulas. So our formulas are, if I have a plus b squared, my output is going to be a squared plus 2 times a times b plus b squared. Okay, and we'll try an example with this and you'll see how this works. But what it does for you is it shortens up FOIL. FOIL, you always end up with those 2 terms in the middle and then you have to combine like terms. Well, they've actually done this for you here, so they're just trying to make it a little easier. Okay, our formula for a minus b squared, that is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So the only thing different when we have subtraction in our binomial is that we end up with subtraction in our middle term. Okay, let's take a look at an example and see how this works. So I'm going to do an example, and this one is on page 493, and it's up at the top in problem 1. So I'm going to try the example, x plus 8 squared. Okay, so as I take a look at this, this first term, this is going to be kind of like my a from the formula, and the 8 is going to be my b from the formula because they're in the same position. And I'm going to be using the top formula because this is x plus 8, so I want to use my top formula. Okay, so let's see how this works. All right, what would happen here is my first term is a squared, so if x is in that spot, this would be x squared. Okay, my next term says plus 2 times a times b, so that would be plus 2 times x times 8. And then my last term would be b squared, so that would be plus 8 squared since 8 is in that position. Okay, let's just simplify this up real quickly. Okay, so x squared, that's already as simple as it can go. My middle term, if I have 2 times 8 times x, 2 times 8 would be 16, so I would have plus 16x. And last but not least, 8 squared, well that's 64, so I've got 64 at the end. And I'm done. Okay, this makes life a lot easier being able to know the formula. It's these 2 are ones that you should memorize because they're going to come up a lot kind of in the world of math as you go on forward in high school. All right, let's try our got it check. So our got it check is going to be on page 493, and we're going to be doing the got it check 1a. So 1a is n minus 7 squared. Okay, it's time to stop the video. When you come back, we'll try the got it check together. All right, let's multiply this one out using our formulas. So this is n minus 7, and that means I'm going to be using this second formula because it's a subtraction. So n is going to be in my A position, and 7 is going to be in my B position. Okay, let's do this one. So first of all, a squared, so n is in that position, so I would have n squared. Next, I have minus 2ab, so this would be minus 2 times n times 7. And last but not least, I have plus b squared. Be careful here, okay, because we're not subtracting b squared, we're adding b squared. So this would be plus 7 squared, okay? Let's finish this up, okay? N squared, that's as simple as it gets. 2 times 7 would be 14, so this would be minus 14n. Last but not least, 7 squared is 49, so this would be plus 49 at the end of my expression. All right, it's time to try out your homework. So remember, homework for today is page 495, numbers 9 to 17, and don't forget your bell ringer, page 491, number 57. Bye, everyone. See you next week.